Hello Year 7 students, welcome to the instructional video for lesson number 2. Today you're doing task 3, which is researching the first Shibori technique. There's lots of Shibori techniques out there which creates lots of different Shibori designs. This one, Kumo, looks like a cross section of a tree with the growth rings. There's also Arashi, which is a very organic looking texture. There's Itajimi, which is a very geometric pattern. There's also pole dyeing, where you wrap cloth around a pole and gather it, and then you wrap it up with tape or with string. And there's also Shibori patterns where you can add stitches and gather those stitches. Now all of these patterns, all of these techniques are available on YouTube, and you need to select one for this particular worksheet in order to fill all of the information in. Now here's the worksheet. It's always divided into 3 areas. The first area up the top will have the lesson goal. Let's have a look what the lesson goal is here. You need to research the Shibori method you would like to include on your cushion. Now there's also a question. What is the name of your first Shibori design? When you watch your video, that will become evident what the name of the Shibori design is, and you need to enter it into this green box. Make sure you click on the green box so that you can enter the information. Looking at the worksheet again, we're going to now add the information that you gather from your YouTube clip. Now the first bit of information will be the equipment needed. I want you to list 10 pieces of equipment that you see in the video. Some videos will show this page, so I would pause on that page and I would then list all of the equipment you can see there. Others won't have this page, but as you go through the video, you'll be able to list down what you see. 10 pieces of equipment. The next area that you fill in is the process steps. I want you to list 5 main steps used to make your pattern. So your video will go through from the very start. You might need to dampen your cloth and scrunch it up, and then you tie it up with string, sometimes pins, and then you start dyeing the fabric. This one's pouring dye onto the fabric. Other ones you have to dip your material into the ink. Then you untie it to reveal the pattern created, and then you wash it. So I want 5 steps in the bottom left-hand corner section of this worksheet. List 5 steps. Make sure you click the green box before entering your information. Okay, the next area you need to fill in is the fabric, the prepared fabric. So this is before you put the dye on. And there's lots of different ways of preparing fabric, and it's going to look very different depending on the Shibori method you've chosen. This one is very geometric. This one's all scrunched up and it's tied up with rubber bands. This one's tied up with string and it's on a pole. And that's the last one we saw. Okay, so I want a picture placed in that area there. And the very last one, I want a picture of your finished Shibori pattern. There's lots of different Shibori patterns available, as you can see from these pictures at the side here. You're going to select one. I would keep the first one easy. Don't make it too difficult. Make it a fairly easy pattern and technique. And you put the finished image in that area there. Right, back to the worksheet. There's one, I'm just saying here, make sure you click on the green squares, the green boxes, before you insert your images. Okay, and then you're writing over there. So your finished worksheet should look something like this, depending upon the pattern that you've chosen, of course. Very good. Now there's one more area. This is the third area. There's always a third area, and it's the goal review. Let's have a closer look. What is the easiest part of this process? Okay, there's some difficult areas, there's some easier areas. Which one, after looking at your video and writing all the information out, what's the easiest part of this particular process you've chosen? Click on the green box and enter your information. Right, so that's the worksheet. Now there's 5 marks for this worksheet, and in order to get that 5 marks you need to have completed a thorough research page listing 10 items of equipment, 5 production steps, an image of the prepared fabric and an image of the finished shibori design. And your images must be of high resolution. Make sure they don't pixelate. Make sure we can understand what the pictures look like. Okay, well, it's time to complete your first shibori method.